What's happening, guys? Mr. Rouge here, and today we're talking about the Animal Evolution Project. So I am out for today. 7th period, I want you guys to get started on this. I was able to explain it to the other periods, so let me explain it to you. We're coming up to an end on evolution, and instead of doing a benchmark or unit test, we're going to do a project. So this project is going to count as a benchmark score, okay? Okay. So for this project, you can work with a partner. If you guys are researching the same species, you guys can research together, but I want you to have your own unique project, okay? So if you come across a nice resource like a timeline or YouTube video that you want to share with your partner, that's fine. But you guys should take that information and create your own project, okay? The reason being, I don't want somebody to do the bulk of a work. If I were to have you guys make the project on your own, or I'm sorry, in pairs, I don't want somebody to do most of the work and then the other person to get an A just because they put their name on it, okay? So you're in charge for your own project. So what you're gonna do is you're going to find a modern organism, which there's a list down here, and you're gonna research its earliest ancestors. Tell me its earliest ancestor, and then describe the intermediate species along the way. So what was the species in the middle before it had fully evolved into the species that we see today, okay? That's what intermediate species are, the stuff in the middle. Let's see. Make sure to describe the general adaptations of the ancestral species and the adaptations of the species today, okay? Also, you should have a timeline for the organism. How many millions of years ago was this ancestor alive until today? And then tell me some environmental pressures of today's organism. So what that means is, what is currently threatening it? Are there other predators in the area? Is global warming or climate change affecting this species at all? What threatens its ability to survive and reproduce? And finally, give me a hypothesis for what you think that species is going to have to do or how it's going to be affected in the future, okay? Please note, copying, plagiarism, cheating, or if your project is the same as anybody else's, or even just a slide or section is the same, okay? That will result in an automatic 0 for both parties. Sometimes students freak out about this section right here, but it's very, very easy to avoid. Just don't copy from the internet. Just don't copy from a pal, and you guys should be okay, all right? Make your own project. Here are your options to choose from. You have a horse, tiger, whale, crocodile, dog, bear, shark, man, or elephant. If you would like to do another species that's not listed, that's fine. You could either email me or just kind of look it up on your own and see if there's enough information for you to do that project on it, okay? So if you were to do some random animal, I don't know, maybe a guinea pig, I don't know how much information there is out there on the evolution of guinea pigs. There may be a lot, I don't know. But if there isn't a lot of information, you may want to choose something different, okay? Or pick from this list of options. This is your checklist to complete your presentation. So ask yourselves these questions as you're creating the presentation to see if you could get, if you meet all the criteria. So, do I describe the timeline of evolution? Sometimes students get confused on what this is asking, and simply put, check the verb. What's the verb in that sentence? Do I describe the timeline of evolution? Well, the verb is to describe. So make sure that you're explaining the timeline that you gave me. If you come down here, do I compare and contrast modern versus ancestral adaptations? What's the key verb in there? Compare and contrast. So how are the adaptations of today's organism, the modern one, different from the adaptations of the ancestral organism? Okay? This is your checklist. This is what you're going to be going off of for your presentation, okay? This whole bad boy is going to be due March 27th. That is 1 week from today. If you turn it in a day late, it is 10% off and 10% off each day thereafter. So please get it in on time. Let me remind you, this is counting as a benchmark score. So doing nothing will give you a 0, okay, on a benchmark. So please get this done to the best of your ability, okay? If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask or email me, and I'll do the best I can to answer your questions. And I will catch you all next time. Peace.